Hello, Kai here with you. I'm back today to do a turnabout stamp card, and I'm using Concord 9th Crafty Turnabout. I suppose I should warn you straight off that my Misty mouse pad inside my Misty is warped, and it throws off the stamping by just a millimeter, not even a millimeter, a minuscule, and but that still affects it. So I forgot to order a new one, but I have since done that. But that didn't help me this day. So what I decided to do was to do a colorful background, which I've done here. I've used festive berries, spiced marmalade, mustard seed, mowed lawn, peacock feathers, and wilted violet. And I'm splattering some water on it, splatters of water. And I have the ink on my thumb there, I can see, from all the brushing. But so I sprinkle the water on. I add a little bit here and there. I want to make sure I've got nice coverage of the splatter. I like that look, so, and I think most people do. And that's my bird in the background playing with her mirror. So just adding a little bit, and then of course I dry it off with a dry paper towel. I just lay it over or pat it like I'm doing here. And dried it off a bit with my heat gun. Dried the front and the back to stop it from warping. You know how the cardstock sometimes curls up when you heat it? Of course, doing the front and back stops that. So then I put it in my Misty with the warped mouse pad. And it looks like I'm being delicate here, but I'm not. I'm putting a lot of powder on. As this is a large stamp, and there'll be a lot of stamping going on, so I want a lot of powder. And I do that in between each turn. And I ink up the stamp with my Versamark ink, my embossing ink, and I'm going to be using white embossing powder. I add a lot of Versamark. I want to make sure I have it all over the stamp and I have good coverage. I don't want to have any more mistakes on this than is necessary. It is totally lined up to the template. It comes with a template now. When I first started doing these, they didn't come with a template, but now it's super easy to do when you don't have a warped mouse pad. So making sure that I press down, getting good contact with the stamp and the paper. I'm using Nina 110-pound paper here. And now I just go off to the side to add the powder. And there we have round one. And through the magic of video, we have a completed card. So then I trim it up. I wanted to have a 5.5-inch square card, so I trimmed up the edges for them to be 5 and 3/8. I matted with red cardstock matting, and I'm pointing out those strips as I use them inside my card. And here is, I was thinking I would put on some splatters of the distress inks that I used. But as it turned out, they ended up being too dull for my liking. I wanted them to really stand out and show up. So I changed this up a bit and used my watercolor palette, picking colors like, the bright red, the scarlet red. And I used a violet color from Winsor Newton. So that just gave me the brightness that I really wanted to have. I know you're so excited to see me clean my mat, aren't you? Or my plate. So there it is. It's got the splatters on it. Now here's where I'm going to add my watercolor palette splatters, because it just didn't look right to me. I've already matted the card and put it on my white card base, but I kept looking at it and thinking, I really don't like this. It's just does nothing for the card. So I did it with my watercolor palette colors, picking the bright, nice colors. Did a fair amount of splatters, and I also added embellishments at the end. So there's a lot going on in this card, and it's all to trick the eye, but I still think it's cute. I do. I hope you do. Maybe I shouldn't say that, eh? Anyway, I did stamp a sentiment in my mini Misty, and I used the VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, which I just love. I have to get more of those colors. And I used Ranger's Vermilion Red on the sentiment. Then the inside, I don't have a picture of it. I should take a picture and put it up on my blog to show you. It's just very simple, the way that I dealt with the stripes, and did a little sentiment. So that's the splatters finished. And then I'm just showing you that I was in my mini Misty. There's the sentiment, and you can also see the little embellishments. If you pick out the red one, then you'll be able to see there's green, yellow, peacock colors. So they're fun. I quite like them. I think they're from Studio Cadia. In any event, thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now.